Yes, yes, this is Mr. Controversy, and this is the infamous three-point conversion station. Keep it locked.
The 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge.
Good morning, everybody. What another beautiful Saturday morning. It's another great day here in Atlanta. It's going to be hot outside. Like I said, it's not NBA. I said this earlier. It's not NBA, anything like that. But we still got NHL hockey. We got MLB baseball. Rookie camp starting. But we'll fill that void in anyway. That's how we're doing it. And if you don't know, you've entered inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. And I am your host, Mr. Controversy. Did you miss me? And of course, I'm not doing this by myself. You know I got my road dog right next to me.
Yes. What's up? What up?
Mr. D Intellectual, always trying to be cool. You know how he is.
You know it.
And I got my man, G. What up, G?
Yo.
But anyway, man, we have a great show ahead of you, man. We have special guest, Mr. Cedric Cornbread Maxwell, the Boston Celtics legend.
Very special.
1981 MVP, Finals MVP, and he's going to be here to talk about the Boston Celtics, and you just never know what he's going to come up and talk about. Also, of course, we got to talk about that Houston Rockets, Golden State Warriors.
That's going to be a good series.
Some people say
that's the finals.
That's horrible. But anyway, I ain't say anything. Also, we're going to maybe mention, talk about rookie camp. Like I said, rookie camp is going on right now. Also, Major League Baseball, the Atlanta Braves, they lost last night, but yet still, they're doing their things. These young rookies leading the way, And then we have just nonsense, quick hits. Stop it. What's on my mind? You know how we do. So, please let everybody know they can listen live if they're in Atlanta on 1100 a.m. That is The Real. And also they could listen whether you go to iHeartRadio 1100 a.m., TuneIn app 1100 a.m., and Radio Now. So we all over the place, man. So, hey, man, it's time to get in these quick hits.
Let's get it.
Shout out to Sherm Beats for the music.
You hear it.
So we're going to start off with Ben Roethlisberger. Okay, so let me dress it up. So we all know about this past week or 2 weeks ago when the Pittsburgh Steelers drafted Mason Rudolph with the third round pick. And Roethlisberger came on and said, I'm not hating on him, but why do we pick a quarterback when we might need that pick for somebody right now? I mean, he might be third string or I don't know, but it seemed like he was hating.
Definitely.
So after all of the flack he received about that, Mason Rudolph said, Ben Roethlisberger texted me right before the rookie minicamp and said, good luck at rookie minicamp. So I want to ask you, is this one of those things like, how men, how this is horrible, but you mess up with your lady, and you know what I'm saying, but you right, or you don't feel that way, but you save faces, I'm sorry, whatever. Was that one of those instances?
Yeah, I definitely think it was. Of course, all the flack he got, that definitely helped. I feel like if that's how you felt, stick to your guns. You know what I mean? If that's what you on, stick to it. But like I said, when it first happened, for you to say when he asked you something about a play or being a mentor, he might point to the playbook.
Right.
tell them to point to minicamp, or you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
stick to it. If that's what you want, that's what you want.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
That's right. I'm with you.
Don't do it for whether it's the media or try to let him know when he comes it's gonna be a different story. No, you said what you said from the beginning. So
And then, like Mason Rudolph, he tried to play it off, or maybe he was serious. Maybe he just green. He was like that. He didn't think Roethlisberger meant it that way. He think everybody took it the wrong way. Nah, bruh. That's what he didn't mean it like that. He meant, look, why we pick this dude?
Pick dude?
Dude ain't playing.
Right. Hey, I'm good.
I ain't
I'm
messing
here
with
for
him.
3 to 5
Right.
years. And like you said, whether Rudolph Green or whatever the case may be, it could be a situation where he know this my teammate. I'm gonna have to be around him. I'm probably gonna need to learn from him. So,
Which is great.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what
Right.
you're looking for, which
Right.
Roethlisberger not doing.
Right, which
Anyway,
Roethlisberger should have did.
Moving on. So the Philadelphia 76ers head coach Brett Brown came out and said that pretty soon we're going to need help to win to win a championship, and particularly a high-level free agent. How do you feel about that, man? When that's what is the team supposed to feel right now when a guy like that says that?
I mean, definitely the way. So it looks like what he was trying to do without saying it, because even when they went deeper into it, he kind of said, I think he said, "You know what I'm trying to get at." You know what I mean? Meaning LeBron is that's kind of what he's trying to say. I think as a team, when he says it, high level free agent, is like you said, man, I got these talented players, but I need someone else. And B feel like he, is that dude. He and Ben feel like he gonna be that dude. So to hear that from a coach, that's kind of a slap in the face, but it's kind of him trying to recruit. You know what I mean?
Right. So, I mean, I just think it's that's not good. I don't think you should be saying anything like that.
Let the GM and let them speak on.
And that's not
what
good
they
for your
gonna
team.
Do. Yeah,
it's like
it's not motivation.
Getting
you know
a high
what I
level.
mean?
Yeah. What about the other guys? So,
it's like we need help.
Right. Yeah. I don't. Anyway, speaking of the Philadelphia 76ers, Joel Embiid said that he is targeting the MVP next year.
As he should. I like it. First off, I like his confidence. You know what I mean? He proved it this year that he could possibly be in MVP talks. If we take away the games that he missed with the injury and things like that, I'm not gonna say he put up. He was necessarily MVP numbers, because the numbers Anthony Davis put up, just as a big man. I don't mean Harden and the other players, but just Anthony Davis as a big man. You got to bring them numbers in, and They was 3 seed in the East. Mm-hmm. Imagine if they 1 seed and he putting up 25 and 15.
Right.
There's an argument for him being an MVP. We remember a couple years ago, D Rose said, "Why can't I be MVP?" What he do? Went out there and took it. So man, big props to the big homie, man.
All right, let's see what happens, man. I really think he could do it. Moving on, let's say a big congratulations to Mr. Anthony Lynn. He's the San Diego Chargers head coach. He will get his college degree this weekend after finishing up 6 hours he had left to complete his bachelor's at UNLV. Big ups to him. I think that's big for him to do something like that.
Definitely big ups, and it's good for a coach, definitely. And then it not only shows it shows his players. You know what I mean? That it's never too late. So go ahead and get your degree, and you know what I mean?
Yep. Moving on. Why we keep talking about these Philadelphia teams? The Philadelphia Phillies center fielder Adubel, I hope I'm saying it correctly, Herrera, because everybody keeps saying it differently. But anyway, he extended his on-base streak to 40 games. Wow. Man, and he did this after hitting the home run, the 6th home run of the season. He is tearing the MLB
Is that
up.
not the season? That's almost the season.
I know,
that's 40
right?
games.
Joker's a beast.
Yeah, that goes into why they winning, along with everything else that's going on. People thought that they was going to be in a full rebuild, and they quickly showing that, hey, maybe we not rebuilding.
Right.
Maybe we here quicker, and it goes into the signing they did with Arrieta.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We trying to push it a little further.
Look, it's like they're looking. Phillies are like, look, we're not about to let the Braves outshine us.
Right.
Them jokers not supposed to be good.
Right.
So we're going to come up. We're going to make sure we're doing it. Yeah. And last but not least, the Alabama Crimson Tide has blocked offensive lineman and he was a grad transfer also. His name is Brandon Kennedy. So the grad transfer, Brandon Kennedy, has been blocked from transferring to any SEC school. That's what Alabama. That's how they get down.
I
and the funny thing is,
that,
look,
man.
this is not the first time. It happened 2 years ago. They did it to a player named Maurice Smith, and when he got his, he was a grad transfer. He's like, I want to transfer to another school. They was like, no.
Man, you know why they do that? They do that because, he does. They don't want him giving away any trade secrets.
Right.
Yeah.
So so we got to block him from going to anybody in our conference.
Right.
I know some schools that will block somebody from going to, if they're in the SEC, you can't go to the Pac-12, you can't go to the Big Ten, or anybody who might be on our schedule next year.
Mm-hmm.
But they basically don't want to want him giving away anything.
That's horrible. That's like an NBA team, right, or NFL team. Like, you can't sign with them because you might give them our playbook. That's horrible.
That's Nick Saban. I mean, you don't. I guess I understand it because you don't want them to have the secret recipe. You know how
call it Saban AA then.
Yep, Sabanisms. But anyway, that's gonna wrap up Quick Hits. We will be right back.
Hello, I'm your girl Crystal Dayon, and this is your Sports News Break. The Atlanta Hawks hired former Philadelphia 76ers assistant coach Lloyd Pierce as their new head coach on Friday. The Braves lost last night to the Miami Marlins 6-3. Ozzie Albies hit his 11th home run of the season in the loss. The Eastern Conference Finals begins on Sunday at 3:30 Eastern as the Boston Celtics host the Cleveland Cavaliers in a rematch. The Atlanta United are looking to bounce back from their first home loss of the season against Orlando City. They will be without their goalkeeper Brad Gusson, who is suspended for this match after receiving a red card on last Saturday. Make sure you follow the 3-Point Conversion for all your major sports news updates. It's where fans' opinions matter.
Have you been looking for a radio station that gives you sports?
I don't believe it! It's a touchdown!
Entertainment?
Are you not entertained?
And other special interest talk shows?
Well, isn't that special?
All on one app?
Yo, that's dope. What app is that?
It's the Real 1100 AM app for WWE. Grab it for free in your Google Play or Apple App Store today.
There's a lot going on in the world, and your world is always changing. That's why it's important to stay connected. The latest news, the latest entertainment, the newest music. If it's in the air or on the air, it can be in the palm of your hand, wherever you are, with the iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
Over 1,500 live radio stations from across the country, and over 15 million songs to create your own custom stations. Text IHR to 45495 to download the app or listen at iHeartRadio.com. Standard text and data rates apply.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your girl, Kelsey Nicole Nelson, and you're listening to the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Stay tuned. It's going to be a great show.
Yes, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Mr. Controversy here with my man D Intellectual.
You know it, Sherm on the beat.
Yes, man, Sherm be having us rocking up in his mud. I know he probably had y'all rocking too. But anyway, this next segment, The Hot Topic, is brought to you by Cindy Cuts Barbershop. Cindy Cuts Barbershop is located 3000 Chapel Hill Road, Suite 206 in Douglasville, Georgia. Make sure you check that barbershop out, man. That barbershop is it's what you want, man. You gotta send your people there. Like I always say, you got the mix where between the old school and the new school, you might see somebody playing chess, but at the same time somebody arguing about LeBron. It's good vibe, mentors to children. It's just a great place, man. A shout out to my barber, Dwayne Chambers. check him out on Instagram at Simha the Barber. That's at SIMHATHEBARBER. And I want to give a special shout out to Mr. Herman Charles Prosper. This man is, he thinks he's Jamaican, but he's from St. Lucia. I don't know why. But probably the only client you will ever know to go get a haircut and he get a tip. Like Mr. Doseki, man. It's just that guy, man. Most interesting man in the world. Shout out, baby. I see you. You don't see me, Mr. Prosper. But anyway, hot topic, I'm sorry. We're talking about the bomb we received yesterday, actually.
Right.
When a certain coach, who's basically, they say, won Coach of the Year, had the best record in the East.
like overwhelmingly.
Right,
I want to say overwhelmingly, right?
And he is now fired because he can't beat LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah, it wasn't really unexpected to me. I think I kind of talked about this throughout the week. Mm-hmm. It was a situation. I don't think it was just that I think like LeBron said, I didn't get him fired, which is true. It wasn't that he just couldn't beat him. Mm-hmm. He couldn't win a game. Like you can't even win a game in a 4-game series. You're a number 1 seed, and the way that you lost, like some of the games was close, but the way that you lost,
not only that, not only did they get swept, they got swept last year. And they lost the previous 2 playoff games before that. So they had lost 10 straight playoff games to Cleveland.
Like, you cannot win a game, and then the last, I think, is, if I'm not mistaken, they've lost to seeds that were less than them. So they were a higher seed, and they continuously lose to a lower seed. Like, your regular season success is not translating into postseason success. Whether it was, and, like G just said, like 10 games in a row?
Wait, last year, though, we know Cleveland, they dodged the Chicago Bulls last year in the playoffs.
Like purposely.
Right? Yeah,
like
so
purposely.
We know that. They was better. They were better. But then, too, this comes from, okay, they got...
But look what you just said. You just said dodge the Chicago Bulls, who just crept in to play Toronto.
Right. Well, they played Boston, but right. But listen what I'm saying, though.
This year they dodged the Wizards.
right. But look... Dodging. Anyway, so, and I'm not going to lie. When I first heard he got fired, the first thing I thought was, you got to be a stupid mother to get fired on your day off.
Correct.
But seriously, I'm like, yo, you look at, they lost last year. Cleveland was they had Kyrie. They were a much better team.
Right.
Expected. Kyle Lowry didn't show up. I think he forgot. I don't know. But all I know is after that game, after game 4, they got swept. And I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to continue to bring this up. They asked DeRozan about, how they lost and LeBron and everything in Cleveland. And his exact words were, well, if we had LeBron James on our team, we would win too. You can't beat that team anymore. But that's not on the coach.
So with that being said, you remember the game towards the end of the season, Toronto was up 15 going into the 4th. LeBron completely dominated them. I said at that point, there's no way Toronto is going to beat them. It's one of them things where, like, he's getting in their head. Like, you can't say, if I had LeBron James too. But let's take it even beyond just Toronto. Dario Saric said, they asked, who do you want to meet in the first round? Do you know who? You remember what he said? Mm-mm. Not Cleveland, because LeBron hasn't lost in the first round.
So
like LeBron is in, as far as the Eastern Conference goes, he's in everyone's head. Like there was a point to where I saw a story yesterday to where he's calling out the other team's plays. He was calling out the Raptors' plays.
I think
he was telling him, like, no, you're supposed to go over here, and then that guy's supposed to screen for you.
And I think Doc said something about that. Doc said when they were playing earlier in Cleveland, playing against Cleveland earlier, LeBron was playing just off talent, just off basketball. He said eventually when he went to Miami, he started knowing their plays, and he started getting to the point where even Doc was like, wow, this dude is great. I mean, like, you can't. First off, if he's doing that, you let him do it on the court. You don't give him the extra ammo to let him know that he's in your head.
Well, you know what? If that's happening, then that might have to be on
coaching.
But you know what? And this is it's a different animal. I understand. And I was talking about this morning. Shout out to Holy and Holyfield. We were talking about this, and I was watching this documentary on Chuck Noll. And Chuck Noll was talking. They said that Chuck Noll told the team, I'm not here to motivate. I'm here to teach you the game. If it's ever a time if I have to get to the point where I have to motivate you, then you need to retire and you not need to be on this team. So
that's a good point.
My thing is, if it's motivation, that's not on him.
Right. You should always be motivated. You
but
should motivate, want to win.
If you calling plays where LeBron is saying.
That's coaching.
So
I want to even take it further, right? So when Kyle Lowry was a free agent this past season, wasn't he just a free agent, right? He went and he kind of tested the market, right?
Right.
What was the market for him?
Nowhere.
So he had no choice. It wasn't. Seriously, there was no market for him. So he literally went back to Toronto.
Right.
So, and the reason I say that is it's not just coaching.
Right.
It goes into it goes into what I can't remember his name. The guy I can't pronounce his name. Masi or the president.
Yeah.
Yeah. It goes into him. Like the team you're creating. So in my opinion, DeRozan and Lowry are not 1 and 2s.
No.
They're 2 and 3. So whether it was Durant's problem with staying with Toronto when he was a free agent, and then Lowry trying to go test the market, and there no market generated for him to come back, it's kind of like, dude, so name me a free agent that would go to Toronto.
Depends on it. I don't know. I don't know.
Nobody's really going to go to Toronto. So it's one of them things where Toronto is going to consistently be maybe where Atlanta was a couple years ago. They're going to be a 4-5. They can go to the first round, the second round. And
so what I'm hearing, ladies and gentlemen, America, is that this coach shouldn't have been fired. I mean, get him some more help, because I don't think that they helped him out any.
And so even with that, right, and everything that I said, it also kind of goes into that that point when Doug Collins got fired and they brought in Phil Jackson, right? Doug Collins had the team, but Phil Jackson was that extra hump.
And we talked about that, right? And but still, when Phil Jackson came in, he still didn't beat the Detroit Pistons.
It still took him, a year, right?
Yeah, it took him about a year or whatever.
Right, so you're saying give Casey another year?
I'm saying they need help, though. But to me, who Toronto reminds me of, it was like when Detroit couldn't get over the hump. And I think that they need to change personnel.
And they got Aguirre.
They got Mark Aguirre. And when they got Aguirre, they traded Adrian Dantley, who was their top scorer, beast at scoring.
But it brought another element. It changed the.
But not just that, he could score, but an attitude. And to me, that's when the bad boys became the bad boys, when they got Mark Aguirre. And that's when they transcended. And to me, they need that type of person. They don't need an all-star. Aguirre wasn't an all-star. He was a veteran. He could still play.
All-star.
Yeah.
But no, but at that.
He was a different player.
I'm saying at that end, he wasn't an all-star. He was just.
But okay, so with that being said, who can you see being that player? Whether it's through a trade, whether it's through like, do you see that player? Whether it's a bench player, I think Serge is probably part of that problem also.
Serge Ibaka?
Yeah, I just don't think he does it for them.
I think they need.
Has he ever showed up in the playoffs for them?
I mean,
I don't think he's a fit offensively for them.
Yeah, but I think defensively,
because they try to make him that stretch forward that he really isn't.
Right, and that's right. So maybe Dwayne, but anyway, I think they should. Lowry is not it. They need to get somebody, because to me, what up, Kyle? I know you let me interview you. You know what I'm saying? Good guy off the court, but dog, we tell the truth and shame the devil.
Period. That's all.
What I'm saying is, I think that he's soft. Let's be real.
Right.
When it comes to playing, he's not hard enough.
And people got on DeRozan's back, right? Cal had what, 5 points and 10 assists, or 7 points and 10 assists, or something like that in that last game.
Yeah.
Like he didn't show up. He didn't show up either. But I think again, it goes into coaching. What I mean by it, you remember the bench mob. Remember they had the best bench in the regular season.
Sacramento.
No.
Sacramento.
Toronto in
Okay,
this past season.
Okay.
That last game when they started losing, they put in number 55. What's his name? Wright, I think is his last name. Right.
Yeah.
Hadn't seen him since when?
Right.
Like he didn't go in. He didn't play the success that was working. What was working for him all season, he completely went away from it. What else? The as far as coaching, that's what I'm sticking to. The 14 minutes that DeRozan sat on the bench, I can understand you putting your mob in and they eventually get you back, but you do not put your franchise player back in.
Now, do you think that has something to do with this firing? The fact that because DeRozan hadn't said anything.
That might have been like the last straw, but you have lost to Cleveland in the playoffs 3 years in a row,
10 games in a row,
10 straight games.
And they say that the president went in storming the room after the shot, right? You know, the first thing he said, how could you not double team?
And like, so again.
And I think Casey may have said, I may not have told them to double team.
That's your job right there. That's
so again, I'm going to ask a question. So do you think that got Casey fired?
Yeah, I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
That was the straw before the last straw.
That was like the fourth or fifth straw. Right, like, the back is already broken.
Right, you putting an extra elbow on it, like,
straws.
Dude.
Because look, I had to. I love my son. I had to go pick him and his friend up. As my other son. Shout out to Jason.
That's the other son.
Huh?
That's the other son.
No, Jason, my son. Okay. No, Jason, my son. But I had to pick up Jason, and Keyshawn. Okay, shout out to Keyshawn, my other son, before he get mad. But yeah, so I'm picking them jokers up. We held up at some fast food. So I get home. By the time I get home, I'm thinking I'm gonna get there to watch this joker here. D blowing up my phone. Yo, the first thing he said was, "Why don't you double team?" I didn't know what happened. So then I'm like, "Did he hit a last second shot?" And
How could you
can't. And not only that, why are you putting a rookie on his?
And so that's part of the coaching, right? So the entire series, you put a rookie on him. And there's no double teams. Right. There's no, like, people talk about LeBron's series, right? The numbers he put up. Because a rookie stuck him single coverage the whole series. Like, no. So to me, as coaching, and even from what I've seen, keeping up with basketball all my life, everybody else beat you. You let everybody else beat you. They this was so bad that they let Cleveland get into their stride. Cleveland was playing horribly.
Well, again, when DeRozan said, if we had LeBron too, we would. That was it. Because that's why, and we got to go. But that's why you saw him shooting fadeaways from half court, backward shots. But he was doing trick shots. Look, when you play your little brother or whoever, you are a father,
right?
You know you can beat him.
And he trying to do anything.
Because you got confidence.
Throw the whole team away. Throw the whole team away.
We're going to take a quick break. You don't want to miss this next segment. Please make sure you stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back.
Clarendon, point guard for the Atlanta Dream, and I listen to Mr. Controversy on the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge.
What it is, what it ain't. This your boy Sherm, host of Face the Music. Join me every Wednesday night for Power Hour, where we intersect the worlds of sports and music, and we do it the best way we can, which is on a Sherm beat. So if you're ready to come through, catch some realness, vibe to some dope sounds, tune in to Face the Music every Wednesday on the 3-Point Conversion station. Let's get it.
What's up? This is Anthony Hamilton, and you're listening to the 3-Point Conversion.
Yes, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge.
Yes.
Mr. Controversy here with The Intellectual. Having a good time.
Great Saturday. It's going to be hot today. I'm talking about steaming.
Yeah, 90 degrees, man. 92, 93. Yeah. Now we about to live up to the name Hot Atlanta. And I don't like it.
Until next week when it's raining every day.
Right. Then we're going to be complaining about that. But anyway, yeah, man, that was a great discussion.
Yeah, it was.
It was. It's something we'll never know. I feel like something's going to come out soon later about this Dwayne Casey, so we will see. But anyway, we know right now the conference finals are here. You know, let's talk about the teams that are in. You know, and of course the Eastern Conference is going to be a rematch of last year, where the Boston Celtics. They're going to have the best. They're going to have the home court advantage again. And they're playing against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I had to go ahead and bring in this man I definitely respect, cool guy, and I appreciate him, for just words of wisdom and everything when I first met him, you know. And I know I said it last time, but I know we don't have a lot of people, you know. We got more people listening now, you know, thank God. And I remember when I first met him, he walked in and was covering the Atlanta Hawks, and shout out to Atlanta Hawks. But you know they had food there, you know, the media, and I think we had some. I mean, they had some barbecue, pork. I don't know, pulled pork.
Well, we know you wasn't.
And I wasn't eating it, but Mr. Cedric Cornbread Maxwell came in there. And Cornbread said, "Really, Atlanta? This is what we doing? This how we doing it?" Oh, man. Let me bring in Mr. Cedric Cornbread Maxwell. What's going on, sir?
What's going on, sir? How you guys doing?
All right. It's
good
to have you.
Good, man. First of all, it was color commentator, 1981 Finals MVP, Boston Celtics legend. But congrats to Celtics. You know, they made it to the conference finals once again. And what I want to ask, first question is, I know we had discussions early in the season, and we were like, we don't know if it's, you know, this might not be the year. We don't know because, you know, they're young. But how surprised are you for them to make it this far without Kyrie Irving? And then second part of that question is, what do the Celtics need to do, or what can they do to advance to the finals?
Well, I am surprised that they're without Kyrie, and Gordon Hayward. This season started off in the beginning. You know, the Celtics had Gordon Hayward. You lose him 5 minutes into the season. Kyrie played 60 games, and then he shut down because he had an infection in the knee. So you lose him, and now Terry Rozier has stepped up. Jaylen Brown has stepped up. Tatum has stepped up. And the guy who is reliable, one of the Atlanta Hawks, you know, standbys, Al Horford, has been so good in the playoffs. And Brad Stevens, frankly, has probably been the best coach right now in the NBA. And here's a guy this year where his peers, I think it was just yesterday, they polled all the basketball coaches in the NBA, and Brad Stevens did not get one vote for Coach of the Year. So almost a travesty when you think of it that way.
Yeah, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. I'm happy to have you here, Cornbread. I know you're busy. Saw you on a couple shows yesterday. With that being said about, you know, Kyrie going down, big thing you did point out was Rozier stepping up. With Rozier stepping up, there's been a lot of rumors surfing around, trading Kyrie maybe for Kawhi. How do you feel about that?
No. I like Kawhi. I like Rozier, but Kyrie Irving is right now still the best point guard in the NBA. I mean, we can argue that point. He's on there 1-2, something like that. Rozier has great potential, but he is no Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving is going to go down as one of the great ones, and matter of fact, he's going to walk backwards pretty much to the Hall of Fame with his ability, and if he only plays that much better. people talked about, well, he won't be the same player because he had knee surgery. No, he did not have knee surgery again. What they actually did, they went into his knee. They had screws in there from a surgery he had years before, and there was an infection. So what they did, they went in and cleaned the infection out, put new screws in it, so there's no structural damage to the knee. But I like Kawhi. Kawhi is a great player. But for the Boston Celtics, I like Kyrie even more.
Yeah. And once again, we're here live with 1981 NBA Finals MVP, Boston Celtics legend and color commentator, Mr. Cedric Cornbread Maxwell. So, it's been a lot of talk going on with Draymond and, all of his trash talking and, being Draymond. When, you go back to your days playing with trash talking, who was a better trash talker between you and Larry Bird?
No, it'd been me. I taught Larry all he knew about that. We had guys on this team, man. The first day Larry Bird walked into the building, his rookie year, I remember that year before, I had averaged 19 points a game. And I was sitting on the podium. I start clapping. I'm like, okay, here he comes. Great white hope coming in. The great white hope. And gave him that slow clap. Well, after about 30 minutes or so, I got to the nearest black person I could and said, this damn white boy can play. So I probably did so much trash talking, but it was more or less to motivate me. And, now that guys aren't going to hit anybody, now it becomes more of a psychological game to get into the next guy's head.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with that. Just to talk about, them days when you was playing with Bird, the Celtics, you got any stories or anything you can throw to us that's
Well, first of all, I'll tell you the first story. I didn't play with Larry Bird. Larry Bird played with me. I'll start there.
Tell him.
Tell him. Hey. I believe that.
Hey. Well, the only stories I can tell you about Larry are, just the basic ones. I think one of the funniest ones I heard was the fact when he walked into the three-point competition. I'm not sure where we're playing. It was in New Orleans or someplace that year. And he walks into a room, and, maybe it was 15 guys in there, and he's looking around. And everybody's like, Larry, what are you looking for? He said, I'm looking for the guy who's going to come in second place. Ooh. So he had an arrogance about him. He had an air about him. The great Pete Maravich got part of that 1 year, and obviously one of the greats that played for the Atlanta Hawks and kind of moved on. But we had Pete my last year in the league, and this is how it is. When you get old, you just kind of laugh. Pete was it was on the court with Larry and myself, and Pete makes a pass inside to Larry, and Pete's man comes and double teams Larry, and then. Larry forces up a shot. Pete comes back to the bench. We call a timeout. Pete says, Larry, you got to pass me the ball, man. You're being double-teamed. And I swear right now, he looked at Pete Maravich and said, well, if you were any damn good, they wouldn't be double-teaming me. I was like, oh, God. I was thinking, this is one Hall of Famer talking to another one, but that was Larry Bird in a nutshell.
Oh, man. Great. So, sticking with trash talking, with you, I know you said it motivated you, but did you sense, like, okay, this guy's weak in the head, or like, because, you think about Tragic Johnson and came up with that.
Dude, y'all do that all the time. Come on, you ask me these questions that, dudes do in the playground all the time. You pick out the weak. If you're playing in a pickup game, what do? You look for that weak guy on the other team, and then you start talking noise to him. He messes up. His teammates get on him, and it kind of goes from there. That's it. Basketball, and that's one thing I'm a little bit sad that they've taken out, a lot of that now, because as we know, when you used to play on the playground or play in the park or wherever it was, that was a game of talking noise, of a repping and seeing who was the best. Who sometimes you didn't have to play as well if you were in the hood. You just had to talk a good game, and people would think you were doing something. Damn, that dude must be good. No, he ain't no good. That's why he's doing all that talking.
Being said, as you talked about, some of the things that's missing from today's game, what are some of the biggest things, other than, of course, the trash talking, that you miss from the game?
The physicality of the game. The fact that now what you have are guys who like to talk, but they know they're not going to get punched. During my particular era, if you were, again, just like you playing in the playground, you don't walk up on another man with your face and your head up to his head, do you?
Right.
You don't rub his, you don't come up to him like, what you want to do, what you want? No. You step up, you got that 1 foot head, and you got that gun ready to go. I mean fist ready to go, just in case you want. Oh, these guys walk up on each other like, what you want to do, man? And just, start rubbing heads, and that's their way of punching the other guy, or giving somebody a little cheap, little elbow. In my particular area, you're going to have to go for the gusto. You're going to have to tell me what you knew.
Mm-hmm. And see, that's why, we love to tell the truth and shame the devil. That's why I say with LeBron, when they, too many people be coming up to LeBron, trying to step to LeBron. And I understand LeBron is the star, so he's not really going to, do anything. I mean, you still get in their face. I mean, Jordan did it. But even if, what about LeBron's teammates? Like, they don't come to avenge or I don't get that. And just like you all did that. If somebody came at Larry, I mean, Larry would try to fight anyway because back then that's what he did.
Even you, Cornbread. If somebody came at you the wrong way, Mikhail or anybody would come up.
Right.
Well, I was going to do them just like Chris Childs did Kobe Bryant.
Two-piece spice.
That's what happened then, left, right. So I think that's kind of what happens during that particular era. You dudes want to come up and start talking, you better not lead with your chin. You better lead with your fist or something like that. So it's a different game, and some of it I can understand how they've taken that of, taken part of that out. But here's the thing that and I'll ask you guys a question. This is the most crazy thing to me. If the NHL, National Hockey League, they fight every game. Somebody's fighting. Throwing punches. If one guy threw one punch like that in the NBA, oh my God, that would be the first thing on CNN. Oh my God, this guy punched somebody. Why is it the NBA's game, and why can the NHL continue to do this? This I don't understand. Then they'll say, I know I'm stepping on toes, but what I say about that is I look at the game and obviously look at black, white, whatever, but it's just there, and they'll tell me sometimes here in Boston, that was the culture of the game. That was how it went. Well, during my era, that was the culture of the game, to knock somebody's block off. But that has changed because of everything going on now. You got to be politically correct. How can they do it in the National Hockey Association if you can't do it someplace else?
I think you spoke on it directly. You answered it yourself exactly what it is.
Because they say it don't look right. They don't want that image.
Right.
That's scary to them.
The people that watch hockey as opposed to the percentage of what hockey is and
talk to me, brother. Don't start to get it out.
We tell the truth and shame the devil on the show.
Like you said, the hockey league is white. Most people that's watching it is white. Most people that's a part of it is white. It's good for them. But when us as black people do it, it doesn't look well. It doesn't look right. They don't want that to be shown as what it is.
Don't let me pick my toes up. Don't make me do that. Like in the church, when the preacher start preaching, you're going, "Ooh, he must have been talking to me." Let me pick my feet up.
Yeah, man. This I've always talked about that. But anyway, we go to. All right, man, we got to let you go, man, because we can talk about this forever.
Yes.
But, sir, we definitely appreciate you coming on, like always, man.
It was an honor speaking to you, too.
Yes, always. You're always welcome to come back, talk basketball with us, the stories, whatever. Definitely, it'd be good, man. If y'all do events, we'd love to have you back on, too.
All right, my brothers, you guys have a good one. Always, with us as people, and this is, and I want you guys to live the same legacy. If we always have to support each other, and don't matter how high. And if you guys become more popular, as your show becomes more popular, always make sure you pause for the cause, because we all need to kind of reach back. We can't be in like the old days, like the fish in the barrel, what they call that, the old crab. You get up to the very top and gets pulled back down. We have to be represented and help each other. So it's a pleasure to help you, brothers, and I want to see you all grow.
All right, thanks, sir.
All right, one love, brother.
One love. Take a quick break. We'll be right back.
everybody? It's Mike Patton, a.k.a. The General. And on my Saturday mornings, I got my feet kicked up, chilling, listening to my boys, The Intellectual and Mr. Controversy, ripping in the lounge.
Want to lower your rate and payments? Get rid of mortgage insurance or get cash out? Find out about your best refinance options by tuning into the Get Mortgage Fit radio show with Alex Michaels and Carrie Kasem, Monday afternoon at 12 p.m., Tuesday and Wednesday at 3 p.m., and Sunday mornings at 10 a.m., where you'll learn everything you need to know about mortgage loans, today's rates, FHA, VA, and more. Call the Get Mortgage Fit Show on the Real 1100 AM at 800-827-RATE. That's 800-827-RATE, or visit them online at newamericanfunding.com.
Okay, so where do more Americans turn first in the morning to start their day? Go on, tell them, Robin.
Good morning, America.
George.
Good morning, America.
Lara.
Good morning, America.
So, take it from Robin.
Put some good in your morning.
With ABC's Good Morning America.
You're back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge with Mr. Controversy and The Intellectual.
Yes, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Man, what a segment! What a guest!
That was an honor to have him on here, talk to him, and him just be open and talk the real.
I did not tell y'all. I said we don't know what's about to happen. We gonna get it straight though. That's my brother, man. I love him, man. That's my guy.
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
Right. That's how we do. So we are here right now with this segment called What's on My Mind. And this segment is brought to you by Sucker Free Life LLC. Make sure you live your truth for the world to see, because everyone can be sucker free. Make sure you purchase your apparel today exclusively at facebook.com/Sucker Free Life LLC. That's SUCKA, not SUCKER, not sucker. Sucker Free Life LLC.
Not sucker.
Not sucker. No, he's a sucker. No. But anyway, so if this is your first time listening, this segment right here, this is where, we get to go in and let you know what's on our mind, what we're thinking about, some stuff, whether it's bothering us, we confused, whether we just want to talk about it. We might like it, whatever, but just you know what I'm saying? Just let me holler at you. You know what I'm saying? We don't vent, so men don't vent. So just let me holler at you. So you know what? This is what I'm going with.
That beat.
We just talked about that beat. We just talked about LeBron James, and I talked about how people come at him, right? They want to get in his face and everything, which is cool. I understand that. And I think LeBron should be getting at them, like punk them. You know what I'm saying? Dude, you 265, 6'8", all muscle. Punk him. You know what I'm saying? But he does it in a way I can understand. But I don't really want to talk about that aspect because it's funny. It's a contrast. Because, yes, they come at LeBron, but LeBron is in the head. We mentioned this. It's not like he has, well, maybe besides Chicago, he has the Eastern Conference shook.
Yeah.
And he have them shook because it's like, everybody I don't know why they don't want to deal with this guy. I don't know, because of the past. I mean, yes, he's been to the finals 500 times in a row. I get that. But it's not like he can't be beat. He's 3-5 in the finals. But for some reason, they look at him and it's like, we can't beat them. We can't beat him or the team. And I'm wondering, what is it? Is it his, physical stature? You know what I'm saying? Is it the fact that he's 6'8", 256? Is it the fact that he could do everything on the court? But why is it that everybody gets paranoid? Now, Indiana didn't get scared. I give them, that's why I say Indiana and Chicago maybe. But everybody else in the East, it's like they're nervous. They can't beat them. We got to team up to beat LeBron, which, if you can't beat him, that's the right choice. But stand up and beat him, man. Find a way. You might have to beat him up. You might have to just let him score it. Stop everybody else. But get that out your head where we can't beat him. It's almost like the Jordan factor. Knicks weren't scared of him, But Cleveland Cavaliers, they were nervous. They knew they couldn't beat him. Every other team, when Jordan got there, they couldn't beat Chicago. They always talked about Jordan. And you're getting that with LeBron James. And I think that you got to come to a point where, look, yes, this dude is great. It's one against us. So either let's let him score, let's beat him up, try to get his head, whatever you got to do. But play with confidence, because I really think that the reason why you lose to LeBron is not just because he's great, but it's because it's a fear factor. It's a mind thing. It's the mentality. And I think that if they don't get over that, we're going to see him in the finals this year, next year. LeBron James could be walking with a cane and still be in the finals because it's more mental. It's like I alluded to earlier. It's just like your son, or you have a big brother and you just know you can't beat him. So, you're defeated when y'all start. You might get close, but here he goes, and sure enough, there he goes, or there she goes, with that run. I just don't understand why they don't change their mentality. And that's what's on my mind.
Yeah, definitely. I can agree with that. It's one of them things where he got you beat before you even get on the floor. And as long as that happens, it's going to continue to be a problem. But once you get to the finals, the other team ain't.
They're not scared.
They ain't
but
scared.
Like I said, the Eastern Conference,
they're
right?
not scared. They definitely not scared, and they ready for you and prepared for you. So I definitely understand. What's on my mind? What's on my mind on this Saturday morning? This past week I was on Edgewood, went into this little mom and pop's store. And was, sharing with them that I'll be on the radio every Saturday. Gave them information, listen to the show, hope they listen. And I was talking to an old head, and he was back watching golf. And of course, I asked how was Tiger doing. He said he's doing all right. And I just paid attention yesterday. I think he just made the cut for the golf tournament. The old head pointed something out to me. Everybody worried about Tiger. How is he going to do this? How is he going to do that? What he pointed out was Tiger's still young. He's young in golf years. It's not basketball. It's not baseball. It's not football. As far as golf years, Tiger can play another 10 years easily. That's the first thing he pointed out. The other thing he pointed out is, what we always say is he's looking for trying to catch Jack's record, the Golden Bear. He's trying to catch his 16. I think it's 16. 16. 18. He's 18 majors. Tiger isn't too far from behind that. With his majors, he's at 14, so he's 4 from that. But what he was pointing out to me is that's not the only record that Tiger is looking to necessarily break. Tiger has 79 PGA Tour wins, and Sam Snead has 82. So he's not only looking just to catch Jack's record, he's also wants to get Sam Snead's record, so it won't be a question of whether he's the best, because there's arguments at times, is Jack the best just because he won the majors, or is Snead the best because he has the most PGA Tour wins overall? Well, Tiger still, at this time, has enough time to break both records and there will be no argument of who's the best. Is it Jack, the Golden Bear, or is it Sam Snead? If Tiger can break both, he will be unquestionably the best, because even now we still make an argument that Tiger is possibly the best. And he has so many years, and we can think back, how long has it been? 4 or 5 years since Tiger has been in the situation he's been in, whether it's been his back issue, whether most of the golf world turned their back on him when he went through his things with his wife. Which I definitely think was definitely impactful on him, losing his kids, losing his family, and then have the back issue. So we're talking about a good 5 years that out of Tiger's career that could have been major wins, PGA Tour wins, that now when he came back, because he did so well in that first game back, we just had all these expectation that he was just going to instantly become just a Tiger that was just dominant. I think what he's doing, he's pacing himself to make sure that he can be here for the next 10, 15 years so that he can win enough PGA Tour games and also win enough majors so that they would be unquestionably the greatest golfer that ever lived. So again, with that being said, I think Tiger is going to break both of those records, and we are going to see him slowly get his groove back and get back into playing the game of golf the way that Tiger knows how, and it's going to also with that bring us back to the game of golf and have something for us to talk about continuously about golf. And that's what's on my mind this Saturday morning.
Yeah, I still think he should be the greatest because, like you said, I don't know how many PGA Tour wins that Jack has, and I wonder how many majors Snead has. But the fact that he's right there for both, you have to put him as the best.
Yep. Jack got 73.
So Tiger's above
him. Yep.
And how many majors does Snead have?
Majors. Let me see. Hold on 1 second.
But while you look that up, I just think that sometimes like Mike is not
7. See, that's not even.
Can I just stop it?
Right.
Stop it.
Right.
So,
it's like not even.
Come on, man.
Like, yeah.
So you have to give Tiger the crown. I mean, he's the best, man. He's the best, and I think later on we're gonna bring up this, not today, but soon we're gonna have this debate, Jordan and Tiger. We're gonna leave it. I know this is gonna be crazy, but anyway, we're gonna take a quick break, and we will be right back with our Stop It moments. You can call in at 404-603-8770.
Call in,
and you can give your Stop It moment as well. So be ready. We'll be right back.
WWE, AM 1100.
The opinions expressed during the sponsored programs on this station are strictly those of the program hosts, guests, and callers and are not necessarily those of Beasley Broadcast Group, this station, its staff, other advertisers, or agencies.
Dad, I'm really afraid of what's happening with the economy. There's too much civil unrest, too much terrorism, and unstable global markets. I'm tired of riding the ups and downs of the market. It reminds me of 2008. I was caught off guard then. How do I prepare for the worst now? What'll I do if the dollar collapses?
You gotta stop worrying, son, and take action. It's time to think about a precious metals private storage IRA or an investment in silver with the Gold Silver Group. Like I said before, you insure your house, your car, your kids, and your life. Don't you think it's time to insure your wealth?
Call Gold Silver Group at 800-943-0834. Learn how easy it is to set up your own precious metals private storage IRA and how you can qualify for up to $700 in free silver. Gold Silver Group can satisfy any of your precious metals investment needs. Receive your gold and silver fully insured and privately delivered to your door. Call Gold Silver Group, 800-943-0834, 800-943-0834.
What's going on, world? This your boy Vincent J, aka the Fantasy Guru. And do you know what time it is? It's time for the Stop It segment right here on the 3 Point Conversion Sports Lounge.
No mercy. Don't let up on him. Go hard on him, Mr. Controversy. Hit him with the stop it button.
All right, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. And I want to thank everybody who is supporting and listening to the show. We definitely appreciate you. This really, we recognize it. We love it, and we ask you to keep doing it. And I promise you, man, we definitely take it as a you know what I'm saying, appreciation.
Absolutely, can't do it without you.
No, we can't.
Everything that y'all do.
Facebook Live, wherever, man. I appreciate you all. People who sharing, so thank you. So now it is time for the most infamous, the most famous Stop It segment. Let's get it.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Yes. S-T-O-P, new word, I-T. Stop it.
Stop it. Get some help.
All right, D, it's on you. I'm going to let you go first, sir.
Yeah, so this is a special Stop It. Special Stop It. Once in a while, sometimes you got to flip it around and give it to yourself. So I'm going to give myself a Stop It.
Stop it.
Reason I'm going to give myself a Stop It is because I was going with Philly. I ain't going to say bought into the hype because I think that they definitely are good, but I didn't think that their youth was going to play a factor. But it wasn't just their youth, it was their coach's youth also. They kind of went out there and just kind of tried to play on straight talent. They really wasn't running many plays, really wasn't doing much, and they ran up against a Boston team that was disciplined, that was sound, and did everything that they needed to do. Everybody step up at the right point. So, yeah, you can go ahead and hit me a couple times with that joint.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Look, one more. Stop it. All right, look, D, I'm not going to tell you I told you so, but I say I was right. I was right, though. I told you. But anyway, my Stop It moment. Oh, man. So Kobe Bryant came out and said that if he had advice for Ben Simmons, it would be to completely rebuild his jump shot, right?
Yeah.
All right. So when Simmons was asked about rebuilding his jump shot, he said he would not be attempting to tear down his jump shot. He said, but I will make minor changes to it. Stop it. As horrible as your jump shot.
He looks so uncomfortable.
Can I get one more? Stop it.
He looked so uncomfortable taking jumpers. I think somebody else said that they think that because he dunks with his right hand. I think it was Jalen, if I'm not mistaken, Jalen Rose.
Yeah.
Because he dunks with his right hand, maybe he's ambidextrous, and he needs to shoot with his right hand. He looks so like, dude, your jumper is so broke where you need to do anything. Like switching to your right hand would not be what else is going to do? From 5 feet, his jumper looked uncomfortable. So
wow,
yeah.
Crazy. So look, we have a caller who's calling in that has a Stop It moment. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Damien from the 3-Point Conversion.
What up, Damien?
What up, bro?
Enjoying another Saturday morning with y'all.
Damien, you ain't say it right. You gotta say Battlegrounds champ.
Yeah.
Let him know.
That's right, Battleground champ. Coming for that undisputed crown one day. Hopefully we can do it pretty soon.
You know it.
All right.
but yeah, so my Stop It goes to Kyle Lowry. So you guys know that Dwayne Casey got fired. And he came out and said, I'm going to stand by the organization in their decision. And why not say, I agree with it or I disagree with it? Why are you going to hide behind the fact that, I got to stand behind the organization and what they said? Come on, bro.
Stop it.
We gonna give him one.
Yeah,
You're right with that, David.
And the fact
I
that
heard what he said.
And the fact you said that I'm a leader.
Right, I'm a leader. I'm as a leader, not as the leader, or as a leader in the organization. I'm gonna stand behind president and the GM with their decision.
I bet you. Stop it. I bet you the GM and the president was like, stop
Dude,
it.
Right. They was like, dude,
Like, what?
hit him with the 3-point conversion joint. Stop it.
Appreciate that, Damien. All right, man.
Have a good one.
You too.
So, let's see. Let me see. We good?
It definitely was good stop. Kyle Lowry was.
And you know what? And the funny thing is, where's DeRozan? Like, have we heard?
They say
you mean DeFrozen,
right?
DeFrozen,
or no Rosen.
DeFrozen, y'all.
Yeah, I done saw you so many nicknames since.
What, I mean, why is he not saying?
But I heard that there was friction between them. I seriously heard that there was friction between them.
But that's what I'm saying now, because everybody's been getting on the 3-point conversion. Shout out to the 3-point conversion. Check us out on Facebook. Probably watching on Facebook Live. Not check out the Facebook app, Instagram, Twitter.
Everywhere.
We're all over, but we putting out the news the fastest. I mean, faster than the Full Letter Network, Bleacher Report, even though I rocks with them, Fox Sports, all of them. So anyway, shout out to LA Broadest, the 3-point conversion.
And with that being said, I get all the alerts. And yeah, we
first.
We killing it.
But look, the fact that everybody was like, when you put that out, as far as what Kyle Lowry said, they were like, you didn't put that he came out and was like, Casey was a great coach and he helped me on my game. Okay, so when you say that, you don't say what you said afterwards.
Exactly.
Well,
we giving you the real.
Just leave it alone, bro.
It is what it is.
Just leave it alone. Don't come out and say all that about him, then say, well, as a leader, I'm sticking, man.
And then hide behind it. Hide behind the GM and the press.
Anyway,
that's why ain't nobody want to sign him.
No, nobody want to. I mean, stop, man. It's hard when you in the media. You got to face these people. Yeah. Still, before we go, I said this earlier. Lance Stevenson, I used to always call him garbage, And then when I met him, and he was so humble, man, I felt bad. I didn't want to ask questions, so.
Yeah, my
bad.
My bad.
Bubblegum?
My bad.
I didn't know what to ask him, yeah.
My bad, garbage. Yeah.
But man. But anyway, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Hello, I'm your girl Crystal Dayon, and this is your Sports News Break. The Atlanta Hawks hired former Philadelphia 76ers assistant coach Lloyd Pierce as their new head coach on Friday. The Braves lost last night to the Miami Marlins 6-3. Ozzie Albies hit his 11th home run of the season in the loss. The Eastern Conference Finals begins on Sunday at 3:30 Eastern as the Boston Celtics host the Cleveland Cavaliers in a rematch. The Atlanta United are looking to bounce back from their first home loss of the season against Orlando City. They will be without their goalkeeper Brad Gusson, who is suspended for this match after receiving a red card on last Saturday. Make sure you follow the 3-point conversion for all your major sports news updates. It's where fans' opinions matter.
Let me break down to y'all what's so dope about the 3-point conversion. First of all, everybody is a fan of the game first. Second of all, everybody is a student of the game second. And third of all, we're the average sports fan just like everybody else. We're not coming in here, walking with our nose tipped high, acting snooty, acting brand new. This is a grassroots organization. Bar none. The 3-point conversion, where fans' opinions matter. Be sure to visit the website www.the3pointconversion.com. Get your fix, get your articles, multimedia, and everything else that you, as a sports fan, need. So again, the3pointconversion.com. It's where it's at, man, where fans' opinions matter.
Have you been looking for a radio station that gives you sports,
I don't believe it! It's a touchdown!
entertainment,
Are you not entertained?
and other special interest talk shows,
Well, isn't that special?
all on one app.
Yo, that's dope. What app is that?
It's the real 1100 AM app for WWE. Grab it for free in your Google Play or Apple App Store today.
You're back inside the 3 Point Convergence Sports Lounge with Mr. Controversy and The Intellectual.
There go that beat. There go that beat.
Go ahead, freestyle to it, dog.
I'm about to kick it. That beat be have you ready, boy. I'm
Yeah,
talking
be ready, man.
Every time it come on, you get that.
Yeah.
Surprised you ain't come with nothing like, yeah. So, shawty, what's up?
Right.
That's what we gonna do.
A lot of dudes listening too.
What?
So anyway, we're back inside the 3 Point Conversion Sports Lounge, and yo, I want to give a big shout out to my man, Mr. Brian Harrion from the Georgia Bulldogs, number 35. That's in Seneca's barbershop right now. What up, sir?
What up, though?
When we gonna get you on the show, bro?
Soon, hopefully.
We talk about them Bulldogs a lot, man.
See what y'all gonna do this
What
year.
you gonna do? Yeah, but we need you on the show, bro. But anyway, appreciate you, man, for listening and everything, bro. So, what we're gonna do right now is we had put our heads together. Somebody came to me and was like, you know what? Look, y'all not just gonna use me for the news flash. I have to be. I'm just kidding. She didn't say that. I'm just kidding.
Wonder who that was.
Right. I'm just kidding. But no, we have this segment right now, what is called Who Done It or Who Does It Better. It's called Who Does It Better. And we're gonna have our news anchor, Miss Crystal Dejan. Did I say it right?
Crystal Dejan.
Dejan, okay,
There you go.
Dejan.
There you go.
Dejan.
How you get
And
that? How you get those things?
Dejan.
Dejan.
It starts with a D.
It starts with a D.
Oh,
because I don't know. We won't tell the story, but Dejan, you know, people have, you know. But anyway, we have Crystal. She's gonna come on, and Chris, I'm gonna just let you take it away. All right.
Okay, all right. So we're going to play kind of a little game here, gentlemen, and I'm basically going to just kind of give you someone that's really doing it in the entertainment field, and I want you to give me someone, you know, in any major sports arena that we can compare to this individual. So real quick, I want to talk about Miss Issa Rae. Who has definitely been doing it for the last several years. She is a movement and a force within herself. I'm sure we all have heard of Awkward or Insecure, Awkward Black Girl. She is a triple threat. She's a writer, she's an actor, she's a director, she's a producer. So she wears a lot of different hats. She's created her own lane in a sense of really just by being herself. Kind of gave all the awkward black girls a moment to kind of step out of the shadow, because typically with black women, you are either this type or that type. You can't kind of be a little bit of everything. So also she's outspoken, you know, comments like I'm rooting for everybody black, or she's had a little bit of controversy over a comment from her book recently, where she spoke about black women dating Asian men. Yeah, so you heard about that. But I really just want to know, you know, who is doing it on that level, because she's really self-made and she utilized her resources and her friends to really create a lane as opposed to saying, can you give me an opportunity? She made an opportunity.
I mean, it's easy. That's you know who that is, right?
Who you say?
LeBron. I mean, think about it. You said she writes, she does this, she does that. LeBron passes the ball, he shoots, he scores, he coaches. Then he's created a lane for his friends. Like, now they're in business, you know.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
That's an easy one. But
and he's in the entertainment industry. He's in L.A. He's doing.
But G, can you think of somebody else like, and not necessarily just as far as on the field, like who was that person? Like
I was
that?
kind of thinking Russ because the way he does with his dressing, he kind of made his own way. He came out of the UCLA in high school. Nobody knew who he was, and he kind of dominated.
I would say someone like Russell Westbrook too, because the way that Russell Westbrook came up is he got the last scholarship to go to UCLA, and then he kind of just like did everything his way. Like he plays a particular kind of way. So, and he doesn't like care what anyone else thinks. He's going to play his way. And he does. And then off the field, off the court, he has his own fashion line. And even though everyone can make jokes or whatever about whatever choice he makes with his fashion, he's still going to wear it. He doesn't care. He's still going to do it his way. And everything else is coming to place for him. He's part of the Jordan brand, so he's got endorsements. Like you said, he has his own fashion line, so he's doing everything his own way, and he's had success with it.
And regardless of how you feel about it, he big old drip. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
He's going to do what he do. And even with the comments, when you ask him a question, if it's a question that he don't agree with, he don't like, there ain't no politically correct answer. It's not he going to do it this way. He going, what? What is you talking about?
Yeah, you know West. All right.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, also she's really just getting into her career. I feel like she's getting into a stride. I feel like we're going to see a lot more from her in a lot of different arenas, outside of just, as far as Insecure and what she's already done. So I would probably agree with Russ as opposed to LeBron because I think he's more at the end of.
And he came in with it kind of rolled out for him. You know what I mean? It was kind of like.
But the reason why I say LeBron, and I agree with Russ too, but I think LeBron because the one thing that got me was the fact that you said brought her
friends
people
and
along.
stuff. Right.
LeBron has done that.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll give him that part.
That's,
definitely.
I mean, that's all LeBron does. Like, his whole crew are making millions now.
Yeah, but it's kind of, right, it's like one of them things like. Everything was given to him.
Right,
Like he didn't have to.
The fact that he, I guess,
he like LeBron had the hype going into the league.
Right.
Issa Rae came out of nowhere. Or the humble beginnings of YouTube.
Right.
No,
look, LeBron had humble beginnings when he played against Dallas Mavericks. He was humble then. But go ahead. What's the next? Was
that book satire? They said it was supposed to be maybe comedy. The comedy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think she really meant the comment as far as like, black women dating Asian men. I mean, if she did, I mean, it is what it is. It really don't matter to me. But, I think she's funny. Oh, right, she just say stuff, Who are you rooting for? Everybody black? It's
right, and I love, I love that who you rooting for? Anybody that's black.
Exactly. So we'll throw someone else out there just in the spirit of it being Mother's Day and kind of keeping with the theme of black actresses here. Gabrielle Union has a movie coming out, or that just came out yesterday, Breaking In. Kind of wondering who we think would kind of fit into her space. She's been in the industry consistently since the 90s. Used to be one of the only, like that token black female in a film or in a series. She's just really been consistent. This is her first leading role. She also produced the film as well. So she's behind the scenes as well as in front of the scenes. But, I'm looking at her in terms of just really being able to maintain. I know we're having like a movement now where we're kind of coming out of the shadow and having a lot of success, but she's always
been consistent since Bring It On.
Since before Bring It On, like even like the little teeny bopper.
That's even 20 years, and
she was just
she looked the same too.
Right, it was just
shout out to Gabby.
Yeah. She's also an activist, right. Violence against women, and just women's health and things like that. She was an athlete, she's.
Who you think, G? Because I see you.
I'm trying to. Yeah,
who you
like
got?
You came up with
you
something.
think you got anybody?
Because
somebody,
she's a mentor. She's wanting to.
Well, this is what I get from that. Because now we're gonna relate it to sports. I get that we look at somebody that's been pretty good, but then all of a sudden at the end they broke loose and now they're the star. They finally got their chance now.
They taking over.
They took over.
Time.
So who would you say is? So I'm trying to think in sports, who's done that? And today, we're talking today's athlete. Go ahead.
All right, follow me on this one. I would say someone like Al Horford, because the talent has always been there, but to be put in the spotlight, that opportunity hasn't always come. But now that kind of opportunity has come now because he's the best player on the Celtics right now. And you could say he might be the second best player in that series. So having the opportunity now, even though the talent's always been there, we know about him, we know what he can do, but now having the opportunity to be in the spotlight, I think it's more. There might be another example, but that's really the main person.
And I could agree with that too because of the injuries. Because of that, he had to get in that starting role. He taking it full on and not fumbling the ball. He going hard on.
I got one. I think who we're about to see is about to be Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins came up. You know, he was behind RG3. He was good even when he started. For the Redskins, he was just good. He was a pretty good, you know. Gabrielle Union, you knew her name. She played in not big movies, but movies that, you know, had
never that
and
star
then
role.
She never had a star role, but she was still consistent. I mean,
lead
you know,
role,
she got on my nerves with how she talks and everything. But I mean, that's been there. But anyway, but still, she's been consistent. But when you look at Kirk Cousins, he's done that in Washington. Now he's about to be the man, and he activist and all of that. Look, I mean, could we say he was an activist for the franchise tag?
I mean, honestly, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's a hero.
Right,
yeah,
he's a hero.
Changed the game.
And then
Matt Ryan need to send him some cash. Matter of fact,
then the contract.
Yeah, Matt Ryan need to send him some cash. Send me about 15. Let me get that up out you, bro.
That's Kirk Cousins, man. I think that's Kirk Cousins.
Anybody
else you could think of?
No, I was trying to think of a football player like you were that just was consistent and just bam when he finally got his opportunity. I
could think Kirk Cousins. Now you know, back in the day, I would have said Garrison Hurst. When Garrison Hurst, remember he was garbage at first. And then remember at the end of his career, he with the 49ers, he just blew up, and now he was like the feature back for like 3 or 4 years, whatever. So maybe him. I don't know, but
you could say Case Keenum.
Yeah.
You could say Case Keenum. He had to sit down never put that. He was always to be given a small opportunity, but never really did it. Then when he did last year when Bradford went down, what'd he do?
Right. So let me ask you a question. Oh, go ahead, G.
Suggestion we had from the Facebook Live, Darren Sproles.
Nah, because he never got to that stardom.
Right, and now it's over.
Yeah, then no. So
thanks for the comment, though.
Who said that?
That was from Mike Patton.
All right, Mike Patton.
He said he's a role playing guy who blew up when he got to the Saints, as far as having the opportunity to be in the starring role.
But was he the starting running back?
I think Ingram was still there.
Yeah, Ingram was still there, and he was never the star running back.
And he's not a 3 now.
And shout out to Mike. That's my boy. I love you, brother.
Good comment,
my
bro. Thanks for the comment.
Look at him stop it for that.
Stop it. Shady.
Hey, you see, I hit her with it first. Yeah, that's my brother. That's the homie. But yeah,
no,
you got to get this stop it right. Yeah, but no. Yeah, but no.
I feel it. Honestly, I feel where he was coming from. Like, and he almost bust out, but he didn't. He didn't get it, man. But all right, man. We appreciate you, Crystal, for that.
Definitely
love it. You know what I'm saying? Some great stuff. Like a history lesson as well.
Oh, absolutely. I'll be back with more. You know.
Okay, I guess so.
Oh.
Wow, she just told me. I'm just playing.
Appreciate that. Yeah, that was nice, though.
That was nice, man.
Little segue, bringing the entertainment industry into sports. Believe that.
Yeah. So look here, we're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna be back to break down this. First of all, we're going to talk about the Atlanta Hawks coach. We got to talk about him. Then we got to break down this Houston Rockets Golden State Warriors matchup, the epic matchup that everybody's waiting for, or at least we think it is. We'll be right back.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Marcus Banks to the Big Three of the Ghost Ballers. You listening to the Sports Lounge with my main man, Mr. Controversy.
Tune your radio.
Tune in.
Now.
You can tune in to this radio station on any smartphone or tablet.
iPhone,
Android,
BlackBerry,
Nokia,
Samsung,
Windows phones,
or whatever you have. Download the free TuneIn app from your phone or tablet's app store.
Tune in with music, sports, news, and comedy.
From over 70,000 radio stations around the world, including this Beasley Broadcast Group station. Check it out at tunein.com
or your app store.
Sit back with me, the baseball antagonist. Pull up your favorite chair, grab a drink, and listen as Mr. Controversy helps us relax with his sports knowledge in the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge, right here on the 3-Point Conversion Station.
Yes, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports
building.
Lounge. Having a good time. Getting freezed out. But it's
Freeze
cool.
out.
Froze out. That's what it says.
Freeze, whatever it is.
It's freezing in this mug. Yeah.
I know why though, man. It's because it's going to be so hot outside. Because if we turn this down, we're going to be in here talking about it's hot. It's hot. It's hot.
Right. Hot as I don't know what. So look. Well, first, you know we got to do this, man. What's going on? What you got
this weekend?
I
don't know. My mother in Chicago, so it ain't like I gotta take her nowhere.
I mean, we know Mother's Day. Yeah.
But I'm trying to get her a small shout out because she done left.
Give her a shout out.
No, I'm saying she left us. That's what the shout out is.
Oh, wow.
No, but she in Chicago. But I don't know. It's a nice weekend. I figure something out. You know how Saturdays is. Go on Edgewood, kick it.
So quick question.
Sweet Auburn Festival. That's probably what. Actually, that's what's gonna happen. Sweet Auburn Festival.
I have a quick question though. G, I'm probably gonna get in trouble. G.
You say you're gonna get in trouble.
The intellectual. We might get in trouble. I don't know. But
do I need to press the dump button?
No, not like that. No. How do we got this game? So we got this game Sunday. The Cleveland Cavaliers and Boston Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
You're not married. So when you married, even with your moms, whatever, how do you,
what?
you want to watch the game? Excuse me, you want to watch the game and everything?
You want to watch the game?
But see, you.
So
what if it's like, you know what? We're all gonna spend time with each other. Your mom wants you to, but you know this game coming on. Like, how do y'all play that?
So I'm finna barbecue for you. Why this game? We can sit here and eat the barbecue while we watch this.
Distract her from watching the game, so it ain't not on TV.
I mean, so it ain't really like long as you with and you know what I mean. You doing it, and so one of the biggest things that happened because it's Mother's Day, everywhere gonna be crowded.
Oh yeah,
so you may not have to go out tomorrow. Maybe you can do it tonight a little bit or early in the morning. Or you got to figure that out, bro. You got to make it happen, man.
I'm not gonna be watching the game, so
why?
It's game one. There'll be more.
He's saying he's trying
to play the good role right now. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
So he just did a Kyle Lowry. Okay. So
no, that would be I would have to get myself together because
right.
I'm hyperventilating because I haven't made a decision if I want to watch the game and go see my mom or not.
Oh man. So look, we got to talk about this hiring of from the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks hired Lloyd Pierce, the former assistant from Philadelphia 76ers.
Shout out, Lloyd Pierce.
Yeah, shout out. Do you know anything? I mean, about his background? I don't know a lot
about it.
I don't know a lot, but I think
But from coming under that tutelage of Brett Brown.
Yeah, and the fact that they were winning, and you see him, you look at him, you saw him involved.
Well, he's been an assistant coach in the NBA for the last 11 seasons with the Cavs during LeBron's first tenure, and then with the Warriors, Grizzlies, and then the last 5 years with Brett Brown with the Sixers. So he's paid his dues, I guess you would say. And
he went to Santa Clara, played with Steve Nash.
Right.
So
and he was an assistant there on the college level as well. So he's kind of paid his dues over the last 15 years as far as coaching. So it seems like he would be ready to take over a job somewhere.
And I think when you in a rebuilding mode, which is why I give them props for letting Mike go on, because you don't want a good established coach to sit back and deal with all this losing and have to do that.
Right.
And it's different for a first time coach to come in, and he's expected to have them bumps and bruises and learn along with the team.
Right, and I think that's always good. Like when you start over, you have to have new coach, you don't want to I can't see older, even though it's not like Coach Bud is that dude where he just a proven vet and winning all the time, but still, you want to have, you don't want to put him in that position.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like the old days how it used to be. I mean, but back then you really didn't.
Right.
You didn't start over because players was drafting, players stayed with you. So,
but even with that, like you said about Coach Mike, you say he's not improving it. Man, the rumors are that Toronto he's number one on their list.
Yeah.
I mean, right, but who else you gonna get? I mean, you know what? Unless you go from retired coaches or coaches who are not coaching now, like who hadn't coached, like a Mark Jackson.
I talk to you about that, man.
You don't want to get
like
Jeff
Van
Gundy,
man. Like I just feel like he is like one of them type of coaches that, like, he gonna hold your feet against the fire. He gonna do this and he gonna do that. And I think it's more so him not wanting and he want to find the perfect situation for him before he just hop out.
Because that's what I think the Jeff Van Gundy and Mark Jackson, they're like the John Gruden of the NBA, like a broadcaster to where, they coached before, but every time a coaching job opens up, how about these guys? And then they kind of really don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even though John Gruden eventually
maybe they want
the
right,
maybe they want the right.
And I think it'd be something like if Ty Lue steps down, whether it be because of health or if he get fired, because I mean that's whether what it be. I think in that situation, that's when Jeff Van Gundy or Mark Jackson will put forth more.
I have a question about that. This might be a little bit off topic, but if LeBron leaves Cleveland, do you have to fire Tyronn Lue?
Whoo, good question.
I mean, I say
because basically you're going to be starting over.
Yeah. Because now you're going like we was just saying with the rebuilding. Do you want Ty Lue to be sitting there in the rebuilding situation?
Not fired. Tyronn probably gonna be like deuces.
Right,
I'm out.
right. I'm good.
Yeah,
but I mean, and not to take nothing away from him, but I don't.
What other coach? What other coach though? Like Stan Van Gundy? No.
I mean, but if he leaves in that situation, like Cleveland always do, they gonna go find some coach that's never done it.
I'm saying I'm going back to Toronto. Like Jason Kidd maybe, or I mean, what coach? Stan Van Gundy right now. All Stan gonna do is get you where you good and you're relevant.
He's gonna do what Dwayne Casey did.
If he's just the coach. As far as him being the coach and president, a lot of things went bad.
Yeah.
So if he's just the coach, then something can work. But he'll be trying to build his team around a backcourt, which is something he's never done.
Right.
Like when he was a coach in Miami, he had Shaq.
Right.
When he was in Orlando, he had Howard. In Detroit, he had Andre Drummond. Right. So trying to build his team around a backcourt would probably be too difficult.
Right. All right. So let's move on to this matchup now. We have the Houston Rockets hosting the Golden State Warriors, the two best teams in the West, maybe the two best, probably not probably
record-wise,
the two best teams in the NBA right now playing with each other. They're calling this the quote unquote San Francisco 49ers versus Dallas Cowboys in the mid '90s. Remember how they kept matching up, and that was the Super Bowl basically in the NFC. This is what that is, which is horrible. Sad to say that, but with the Golden State Warriors, like do y'all? I mean, the way they are and how great they've been playing, like they show why they're champs in that New Orleans series. Is it a way where it's just we just know, like, do you give Houston Rockets a chance? I'll ask you that. Do you give them a chance?
I think you definitely give them a chance. They got the MVP, possibly, you know. That's what everybody been saying, and that's probably what's going to happen. And James Harden, they have one of the greatest point guards, and Chris Paul. They got a good bench. Their defensive efficiency is very high. I give them a chance. What do I think going to happen? I think Golden State is going to win, probably in 6.
But But why? Like, what can the Rockets do to win this series? Like, I mean, because they score points. Mm-hmm. They can shoot the 3. We know that. So they can shoot with them. I think they're the highest in 3 points made and everything. But the ability to get to the rim also with Harden and Paul, but especially Harden. I wonder how Golden State, and I'm pretty sure they're on it, you know, especially Kerr. But the way that Houston uses that pick and roll with Capella, like, it's almost unstoppable. How is that? How is
I think because of how long Golden State is, and Draymond and KD.
But you still gotta stick with Harden, like, because it's pick your poison.
Right, but if you're doing a pick and roll against Draymond Green and Kevin Durant,
he's still gonna score.
Yeah, but so Draymond is the roller. Is the one that's being picked, and he's gonna stay with James Harden. He's not gonna stop him, but it's not gonna be what's been going on.
Well, I'll say this: if New Orleans was running it and they kept throwing that lob to Anthony Davis with Rondo, you don't think?
Well, you can. They'll let Harden throw that lob to Clint Capella all day long. If Clint Capella ends up scoring 30 points. Then that means Harden scored like 17.
Right. But, well, what I'm saying, though,
and
is
they have a chance to
I'm saying, though, the fact that because they can go inside out, they can shoot the 3, but they don't have to just rely on the 3. You know, I always talk about how when you fall in love with the 3, and say if Golden State Houston is up 10 to 12, you don't have to come back and just continue to shoot 3s and you get cold. What I'm saying is now they have that where they could that thing that kind of paces them.
It's another thing with it also, right? I think that Houston turns the ball over too much. I think they turn the ball over way too much.
That's true.
And you turn the ball over 4 times in a row with Golden State, that's easily 10 points.
That's basically how they play. As far as with Houston, it's going to be 1 or 2 guys handling the ball, and then with the Warriors, it's all about. We're passing it, we're moving around, and everyone is moving. Yeah. Houston is more stagnant.
But now, does Houston say, you know what? We're going to make Chris Paul more involved now.
I think you don't go away from what you've been doing.
But
you're asking a lot, expecting D'Antoni to change anything.
No,
right.
But what I'm
changed anything since Steve Nash.
Right.
No, even when he coached in Denver, he did not change anything.
But what I'm saying is, as far as not saying he handles the rock 80% of the time, but I'm saying now, and I think this will help Houston, is the fact that when things go disarray and it's not going well, now you have Chris Paul. He's that guard that slows everything
But
down.
I think Chris Paul does that. It don't necessarily have to be changing the complete game plan. It's just like in the game. Yeah, in Game 5.
Yeah.
With New Orleans, you saw what he did. This is what we're about to do.
So do you think he'll do it more?
I think he will do it more, but we also talking about a Chris Paul that just got to the Western Conference Finals. So I don't have trust in him or James Harden.
Ooh, what?
That's just how I feel. And then I'm gonna take it a step even further. Remember we was talking about that mental? Mm-hmm. So this is almost Houston's final right here. This is all they've been talking about. Can't wait to get to Golden State. We can't wait till we play Golden State. You know what Draymond Green said? They just another team in the way we trying to get to get to the championship. And Steve Kerr also pointed out the hardest thing to do is to win that first championship.
Right. And I think that's where the experience comes in. I mean, I'm with you on that, but this might be that step where now, because they broke through, we finally broke through. Let's do it. I mean,
This is D'Antoni trying to get to the finals. This is Chris Paul trying to get to the finals. This is Harden trying to atone for 2012, which he still hasn't done.
Still hasn't done.
But Chris Paul, I guess with Chris Paul broke through his barrels or whatever you want to call it. Like his thing was he couldn't get to the Western Conference. He's done that now, and he was clutch. So I think he's good
against New Orleans.
But now
against New Orleans.
No, they didn't play New Orleans. They played Utah.
Against
Utah. Shoot, they lost last time against Utah. It don't matter. That was a mental thing. It's just like with Toronto. I'll guarantee you, if Toronto beat Cleveland, I'm not saying he's just going to go to the finals. Toronto beats Cleveland, I guarantee you they're going to sweep everybody they play after that because they made.
Another thing. So I'm gonna ask you this question about that whole series, right? Who gonna stick Kevin Durant?
Reason I put a reason on him.
Okay, so
I mean,
what do you do with PJ Tucker? Who is he on? What's your okay? The clear question would be for that. What would be your rotation? Your 7 max 8-man rotation for Houston?
Man, we gotta go too. But look, but they do have. Whatever his name is, start with an M.
Mbabute.
Yeah,
he gonna run into a pick.
Okay, then he's liability offensively. Yeah. He can't shoot.
But no, I'm saying
he'll stand in the corner. He will shoot it. But
I'm saying defensively though. I'm just saying defensively, you bring him in, and he's probably their best defender.
Now you're asking D'Antoni to sacrifice
offense
for defense.
He will though. If you have Capella who can score, with Harden, Chris Paul. And what's his name? Ariza, or you could put in the
KD gonna average 40.
And Gordon. Either or, I'm just saying they could do it, man. I mean, they've done it so far. Yes, it's not the playoffs, but they've done it so far where they've held Golden State and they've beaten them. So at least in their heads, in their minds, they think they could do it, which all that matters. But anyway, we gotta go, y'all. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Have you been looking for a radio station that gives you sports?
I don't believe it! It's a touchdown!
Entertainment?
Are you not entertained?
And other special interest talk shows?
Well, isn't that special?
All on one app?
Yo, that's dope. What app is that?
It's the Real 1100 AM app for WWE. Grab it for free in your Google Play or Apple App Store today.
What's up? This is Justin Gibbons, defensive back, Montreal Alouettes, and I'm just kicking back listening to that 3-point conversion radio with my boy, Mr. Controversy.
You're back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge with Mr. Controversy and The Intellectual.
Battlegrounds music. Yes. Hey. We're about to get ready for this Battlegrounds. First, we got to have the undisputed heavyweight battle between Damian Adams and Mr. Spoony Mac, who won the previous session. So we'll see who is the undisputed champ. But let me know if y'all ready. G said he's already down. And let me know anybody else who wants to get down. I got you all. Hey, shout out to, I keep referring to the barbershop. I keep getting hit up. But shout out to Warren. I was talking about Warren, who's always waiting, 8 hours to get a haircut. He tried to sneak in thinking the show was off. Nah, it's not off, bruh. What up, Warren? But at least you ain't come at 5 a.m. You still there right now. So shout out to Warren. All right, so let's talk about this baseball, man. MLB The Atlanta Braves are killing. And Carl, I see you. Stay right there. I want to talk about the Braves first, and I'll let you come in. Hey, with these young guns, man.
Young gunners.
Are they the well? Not forget it. They're not. Are they? They are the leaders of this team.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't think they would keep it up, but they are. They lost last night. Whatever. But how far can they go now? What do you think they can win the East?
I don't put it out the realm, but again, it's still 1,246 games to go in the season. You know how long the baseball season is, so it's still early. And we've seen teams, start off real well, and then towards the All-Star break or after the All-Star break, they fall and be in the bottom of the barrel. And I definitely don't want that to happen. I definitely think that they can if they just continue with the success that they're doing. And they two young gunners that's been doing it, Ronald Acuna and Oziano Albies, is that how you pronounce it? Albies. The boys putting up numbers and doing their thing. If they continue to hit, they definitely going to do it.
And I think the fact that they're young, they have that mentality like,
You don't know you're supposed to lose.
Yeah, we having fun.
And you never know. You don't know you're supposed to be losing.
So
you know what I mean?
That's why I think they're just playing with confidence, man.
Yeah.
They're going to keep it going.
You
still got Freddie Freeman, and you got them players.
As long as they pitching can hold up, and I'll be there this week. Check out the Cubbies and them.
Yeah, man, they are balling. But look, we got a caller. He or she was calling in. Yeah, we're gonna need to turn that background now. Hey, what's going on, caller?
What's going on? It's Mike.
What up, Mike?
Man, I heard it all talk about the Golden State Warriors and nobody even giving the Rockets a chance. But I got a few things you might want to point out if you're a Golden State fan or rooting for Golden State and think Golden State's just going to walk through this one. The thing is, defensively, everyone talks about D'Antoni and defense, and of course I was very critical of him as well because he's D'Antoni. He's pretty much geared towards offense. But one key hire that you did miss, Jeff Zelic is the defensive coordinator of this team. Much like Doc Rivers had Tom Thibodeau, Zelic is definitely a very competent defensive mind, and you can see the principles that he's put together defensively to make them a better defensive team. As far as looking at them offensively in their rotation, I saw someone said they have a deeper bench in terms of Golden State. Sure enough, they do have experience and things like that, but you have Gordon coming in off the bench, which is basically a Six-Man of the Year candidate. You have Mbamute. You do have Joe Johnson sitting on ice over there, in case anyone forgot.
Right.
And, you have a lot of different options there, too. So don't be fooled and think that Golden State's just a deeper team because, Nick Young and it hasn't necessarily made a great accomplishment there. And Zaza Pachulia has been buried deep in the bench. So there you go. Not really a big advantage there. And as far as guarding Kevin Durant, I think they'll rotate Trevor Ariza and PJ Tucker. And those two actually, along with Mbamute, will definitely be a good rotation for the bigs of Golden State and Kevin Durant. Also, what I would point out to you is that looking at the team, look at the teams that they faced so far. They haven't really had a double-barreled, in terms of perimeter attack that they've had to face so far. You go on with New Orleans, you had Rondo, but you didn't really have to worry about him scoring the basketball as much as running the offense. And then you had Drew Holiday. And then, you look at the other series they had with the Spurs. I mean, you got them, they're past their prime, and they were playing with players that really nobody could talk about. So this series, you can't really focus on Harden because Chris Paul can make things happen, as you see, when he closed out the Utah Jazz. So, it's a lot of different things that the Warriors are looking at. This isn't the same Warriors team. Everyone talks about the history of D'Antoni and Chris Paul and James Harden. But the thing is, you got to remember, the Warriors never had a history before they won a title either.
Good point. Good point.
Go
all
ahead,
around
G.
the joint, all around the table. Good points, Carl.
G was making faces. Go ahead, G. What you got to say?
Well, with the point about about facing the backcourt, I mean, Houston faced Utah and Minnesota. I don't see Jeff Teague and Butler or Wiggins, whoever was the other backcourt guy, being a formidable opponent. And then with Utah, you're facing
O'Neal and Mitchell.
And
No,
Mitchell.
I don't think he meant that. No, he was saying that Golden State
hadn't.
I know, but neither had Houston.
But neither has Houston, right? Which was he's a good point.
I mean, but they Golden State. It don't
And
matter.
then with you can rotate a bunch of guys at Kevin Durant. He's going to shoot over all of them.
And that was my point. Is that so LeBron couldn't check him last year when it counted. So you're gonna tell me that Ariza and PJ
but
Tucker,
LeBron is not a great. Y'all act like LeBron's a great one-on-one defender. He's not a great one-on-one defender.
He hasn't been a great one-on-one defender since he came back to Cleveland.
Yeah, he showed.
He wasn't as far as if he guarded the best small forward. He was never that. He was good at defending guards because he was long, he was big, and he was quick. But when he played against Carmelo, ate him up. Kobe ate him up.
My point is saying is that nobody can stop. Nobody stops Durant.
Well, it's
the only
not
person
about
that stop
stopping
Durant is himself.
Right.
If he's forcing shots,
then that's when he looks horrible.
But you know how you stop Durant?
How?
Chris Paul was doing it. When all you gotta do is crowd in his face. And when
that was 4 years ago,
but look,
and that does not work anymore.
But if it doesn't work,
otherwise last year Kyrie could have guarded Kevin Durant, and Cleveland would have won the series.
But if it doesn't work, tell me this: why was it working early in the series when Holiday was doing it? Durant was shook. But now Durant got smarter, and when he get the ball before he was able to do it, he'll start driving and shoot. But if you get up in his face, he's always been known. You crowd Durant and get in his face, it bothers him.
And you just said he was confused. It was like, why is this 6'4" guy on me?
All
right
on
now?
me. But you just said what he did, right? He made whatever adjustments necessary.
But I think Holiday didn't make an adjustment.
When the first game? Monday.
Yeah, it's Monday. And all you got to do with Durant is, because like you said, you're not going to stop him, but you can stop him. You can keep him from scoring 45 points.
Like the idea was to kind of like push him around, but you can't really do that anymore.
That
you
don't
can't
work
just
no
like
more.
put somebody on him who may appear to be stronger.
And we haven't even brought up Chris Paul sticking Steph Curry.
All right. Yeah. But I think what he's saying is, again, hey, we got to go again. But who's going to stick? But now you can't hide Curry unless you put him on. Well, I guess you can. You could put him on somebody like Ariza,
right,
or whatever. But for the most part,
what Ariza gonna do? Post him up?
He might.
And score 12.
And you can't put him. If Ariza go, you can't put him on Gordon because Gordon gonna drive right by him. It's gonna be a good series. We're gonna see. It's gonna be a chess match. But we gotta take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Come to the Georgia Renaissance Festival, where you'll see
Robin Hood, a Mary Queen, boards of swords and juggling, men in tights who like to fight with sharp things in their hands.
Yeah.
Clothing, jewelry, pottery, it's like you've won the lottery. Stop on by.
Why not hurry?
For fun and food and drink.
This weekend, enjoy Celtic music, Irish dancers, pipe and drum bands, and traditional Highland fare at the Georgia Renaissance Festival's Highland Fling Weekend. Get discount tickets at select Sam's Clubs or at GARenfest.com.
What's up? This is Anthony Hamilton, and you're listening to the 3-Point Conversion.
Yes, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm about to do this. Gee, I need to stop it. I need to stop it for, I guess. Stop it. We're just going to leave it like that. All right, so anyway. So look. It's time, you know what that music means. We got to let you go. But before we let you go, I definitely want to give a couple of shouts out. And definitely got to start off giving the man upstairs, God Almighty, the biggest shout out. God, thank you for giving me this platform. Get on here, let me do what I do, talk mess, talk junk. make people happy, upset, mad, want to give me the stop it button. I appreciate that. Also, I want to thank my engineer, G. Appreciate you, G.
Yes.
Also, I got to thank our news anchor, Miss Crystal Dayan. I can't say that word.
You got it right.
All right. People changing names on you. But anyway, then also I want to thank my guy, the Intellectual, for coming on. Appreciate you, sir.
Always. Definitely want to give a shout out to God, Mr. Controversy, for giving us this platform and doing everything that we do, not just on Saturdays, but what we do throughout the week. Bringing the hottest sports to you. We appreciate for everybody that's listening, friends and family. Crystal, thank you for coming here, giving us that news and also that little breaking entertainment. We always need that. And just thank everybody that's listening on all the stations, whether it's iHeart, radio, Facebook, wherever you listening. We appreciate y'all, friends, family that continue to listen in and support us and share our videos, share our posts, and share everything that's helping us become everything that we can be. Appreciate y'all.
And also I want to thank my family for supporting me always. Shout out to all the mothers, my wife, my play mothers, aunties, everyone. Happy Mother's Day. Also, I want to thank our special guest, Mr. Cedric Cornbread Maxwell. Appreciate you, bro. Like I said, man, it's an honor, man, to be able to call you and all of that good stuff, man, and you coming on the show. Also, I want to thank everyone who listened live. I want to thank our sponsors, Cindy Cuts Barbershop. Appreciate you all. We want to thank Sucker Free Life LLC. Appreciate y'all. Also, thank everybody who listened live, people in the barbershop. We thank Mike Patton. We thank L.A. Broadus, Eric Rodas. Who else? Who else is listening? I can't even see. I know G can see, but we got tons of people that will listen. I appreciate y'all. And, hey, man, like I said, it's going to be a great weekend. It's Mother's Day. Spend time with your mother, your sisters, even the women, your young women that don't have any children. Let them know and show them what it is. You know what I'm saying? See how a woman and queen's supposed to be treated. Eat good. Eat great. You know the mothers, they're going to have a great day. And then, the fathers, we just get that big piece of chicken.
I just read something say Mother's Day commercial be every kiss begins with K.
Right.
And Father's Day commercial be like Foreman Mills.
Right, yeah. Get a Frisbee or something.
Right.
A free haircut, I don't know.
Or we got a barbecue.
Yeah, we got a cook. But anyway, I don't have to do that. Thank God my wife don't allow me to do that. But anyway, man, same time, same show next week. Same crazy host, same sports nonsense, same engineer. Until then, will you miss me? I'm out. Peace. You just got done listening to the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Be sure to follow us on our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook accounts at the 3-Point Conversion. And also make sure you check out our website, the3pointconversion.com. Be sure to follow us live and listen every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern.